Have you ever wondered what would happen if for just 3 days you stopped the noise of the world and listened to your own voice? What if you paused the scroll, silenced the chaos, and began to speak to the most powerful person in your life, yourself? We spend so much time trying to impress others, please the world, or fit into boxes we never chose. But what if I told you, the key to everything you want is buried inside the conversations you're not having with yourself? That's right, everything starts there. And for just 3 days, if you dare, you can change your mind, your energy, your spirit, and your direction. This isn't about motivation, it's about revelation. The truth is, you already know what to do. You've just forgotten how to hear your own voice. Let's bring it back. Just 3 days. That's all. Talk to yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Why do we wait for other people to tell us we're worthy? Why do we need the world's permission to feel powerful? The truth is, no one knows your battles better than you. No one feels your struggle, your doubt, your potential like you do. So why not become your own coach, your own healer, your own hype team? For just 3 days, speak to yourself every morning, before the world gets a hold of you. Before the news, the noise, the notifications, talk to you. Say what you need to hear. Say what you've been begging others to say. Look in the mirror and remind yourself of the fight you've already survived, of the dreams you've buried, of the truth you've ignored. Do this every morning and you will feel it, the return of your own power. You don't need magic. You don't need motivation. You need your own voice. Psychologists have studied the power of self-talk for decades. Research shows that positive self-dialogue improves confidence, reduces stress, and boosts performance. But here's the catch. It only works if it's intentional. Mindless thinking doesn't count. You must take control, structure your thoughts, choose your words. It's not enough to say I'm fine. No, you've got to go deeper. Ask yourself, what do I need today? What do I believe about myself? Am I building me or breaking me with my own thoughts? For 3 days, become the scientist of your own soul. Observe your inner voice, catch the negative loops, interrupt the fear, replace it with truth. This is a practice, not a performance. No one's watching, and that's the beauty of it. You are the audience. You are the speaker. Be honest. Be raw. Be relentless. Have you ever stopped to realize how cruel you can be to yourself? If anyone else spoke to you the way you speak to yourself, you'd walk away. But you can't walk away from your own mind. And that's why this matters. Every insult you repeat to yourself, every doubt you whisper becomes part of your reality. But imagine flipping that script for just 3 days. Imagine waking up and saying, I am strong. I am not broken. I am building something great. Do you feel the shift? Because that shift is real. It's neurological. Self-talk literally rewires your brain. That's not just inspiration, that's neuroscience. You are one conversation away from remembering who you are. But it won't happen unless you start speaking. Not hoping, not waiting, speaking. Out loud, with fire in your chest. Let's get practical. Start tomorrow morning. Before you touch your phone, sit up and speak. Say 5 things you're proud of. Say 5 things you forgive yourself for. Say 5 things you will fight for today. Do this. No matter how weird it feels, no matter how quiet it sounds, because the volume doesn't matter, the intention does. Then throughout your day, when the doubt creeps in, talk back. When the fear rises, talk back. When you want to give up, talk back. This is not pretending, this is programming. You are reprogramming your subconscious to serve you instead of sabotage you. And it starts with the first word you dare to say, out loud, like you mean it. You can whisper or roar, but you must say it. Remember this, your brain listens to your voice more than anyone else's. It doesn't matter if the world claps or criticizes. What matters is what you echo within. What are you repeating to yourself every day? I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. Or are you saying I am becoming? I am rising. I am capable of more than I can even see right now? You want to change your life? Start by changing your inner soundtrack. Because your thoughts build your beliefs, and your beliefs drive your behaviors. It's a cycle, and you're in control. So for 3 days, experiment with your own power. Choose the narrative. Edit the script. Speak the life you want. Don't just think it. Don't just write it. Speak it. Here's something most people never realize. Your body responds to your words. Your energy shifts, your posture changes, your breath slows or quickens depending on the emotion your words carry. So talk with passion, talk with truth, talk like someone who refuses to live another day on autopilot. Because too many people are alive but not living. They go through the motions, waiting for something external to give them internal peace. But peace is built, it's trained, and it begins when you decide to talk to yourself with kindness, with power, and with purpose. These 3 days aren't about hype, they're about healing. Self-talk is how you take your soul to the gym. Don't skip the reps. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you encouraged yourself like you encourage others? When was the last time you said, "I'm proud of you," to you? We give so much away. We lift others, cheer for others, but come home to silence in our own minds. That has to stop. Because if your own words don't lift you up, no compliment from the outside will ever be enough. You can be surrounded by applause and still feel empty inside if you've neglected your own voice. So fill yourself up, pour into your spirit, not just once, but again and again. Self-talk is not a moment, it's a rhythm, like music, like breath. And when you get in sync with your own rhythm, life changes. It feels less like a struggle and more like a song. Now I get it. Some of you are thinking, this sounds crazy, but let me ask, is it crazier than waking up every day feeling defeated? Is it crazier than carrying guilt that was never yours? Is it crazier than living someone else's version of your life? If 3 days of radical self-talk could shift your entire mindset, wouldn't it be worth the risk? You've tried everything else. You've read the books, listened to the podcasts, followed the gurus. But the truth is, they can't help you if you don't help yourself. So start small, start now. Start now. Talk to yourself like your breakthrough depends on it. Because it does. You are not broken, you are becoming. And your words are the tools to build your future. Science backs it, psychology supports it, and your soul already knows it. Your inner dialogue is the steering wheel of your destiny. So for just 3 days, grab it with both hands. No more drifting, no more waiting for permission, no more silent suffering. Use your voice, loud or soft, clear or shaky. Just use it. These 3 days are a sacred challenge, a private revolution, a personal vow to treat yourself with the power you've been giving away for far too long. This is not ego, it's alignment, not arrogance, it's ownership. So say it with me. I will talk to myself until I remember who I am. Now say it again and again until your heart believes it. Because that's how transformation begins. Not with a shout, but with a whisper you dare to believe. Let's go deeper, because this isn't just about pep talks. This is about shifting your identity. The words you speak shape who you become. If you constantly say, "I'm always late," guess what? You'll keep running behind. If you say, "I'm not good at relationships," you'll self-sabotage every time. But if for 3 days you said, "I am responsible, I value connection, I show up with love," things start to shift. Your words are instructions to your brain. Speak carelessly and you build chaos. Speak intentionally and you build peace. That's the power of self-directed speech. You are not stuck. You're simply repeating old lines from a script you didn't write. It's time to grab the pen and become the author of your own life. Just 3 days. Try it, see what happens. Your mind is always listening, even when you think it isn't. That inner voice you keep hidden, it's not hiding, it's recording. Every doubt, every insult, every "I can't." Your subconscious stores it all and turns it into belief. But here's the good news, you can rewire that. It takes intention, repetition, and belief, but it works. Speak to yourself like someone you love, like someone you'd fight for. Say the words you needed to hear as a child. Say the things no one ever said but you always longed for. You're enough. You're safe now. You're not a burden. You're brilliant. You matter. Don't just say it once. Say it again and again until your nervous system calms and your heart believes. This is more than speech. This is healing. This is reclamation. Still think it sounds silly? Let me ask you something real. How often do you criticize yourself? How often do you replay mistakes? We shame ourselves for years over things that happen in seconds. That's madness, and yet so many of us live there, in a loop of regret and self-judgment. Talking to yourself is not silly. Beating yourself up for decades, that's the real insanity. For 3 days, give yourself permission to break that cycle. Talk to yourself like you're trying to rescue a friend from drowning. You wouldn't tell them. Become the friend, the parent, the guide you always needed. Speak life, or stay in the loop. Choose wisely. Here's something practical that works. Mirror talk. Yes, stand in front of the mirror and look yourself in the eye. Uncomfortable? Good. That means you've been avoiding it. Most people can't even look themselves in the face without judgment. But for 3 days, make that mirror your meeting place. Every morning, every night, look yourself in the eye and speak truth. You're growing. You're learning. You're not perfect, and that's okay. You're still worthy. At first, it might feel awkward. You might even cry. Let it happen. That's healing. That's real. Those tears mean the words are landing. Stay with it. This isn't performance, it's personal. Speak until the reflection becomes familiar again. That's when you know your voice is working. You ever notice how we talk ourselves out of dreams before we even try? That'll never work. I'm too old. I'm not ready. Who told you that? You did, and you can untell it. For 3 days, replace every limiting thought with a liberating one. I'm learning. I'm evolving. I deserve to try. Catch your inner critic in the act. Don't let it speak unchecked. Redirect it like a child playing with fire. Speak gently but firmly. We don't talk like that anymore. Then replace it with something powerful. That's how you train your thoughts. That's how you parent your own mind. It's not overnight, but it works. Speak up, speak wisely, speak often, because every sentence is either a chain or a key. Which are you using? It's okay if your self-talk feels fake at first. That's normal. You've been conditioned to doubt yourself. It'll take time to believe again. But belief is not a lightning bolt. It's a flicker you protect until it becomes a flame. Say it even when you don't feel it. I am worthy. I am strong. I am healing. That's not lying. That's planting. Every word is a seed. Some bloom fast. Some take root slowly. But all of them grow if you keep speaking them. Your voice is the sunlight. Your intention is the water. 3 days won't fix everything, but they will begin something. A spark, a shift, a start. And that's everything. Don't wait for confidence to speak. Speak, and confidence will follow. That's the secret nobody told you. Let's talk about the power of questions. Self-talk isn't just affirmations, it's inquiry. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? What am I avoiding? What would I do if I trusted myself completely? These questions unlock doors. They pull hidden truths into the light. Don't run from them. Sit with them. Speak them out loud and listen for the answer. You'll be shocked how wise you already are. You don't need another opinion. You need to hear your own voice. Silence the world and listen. Ask. Wait, respond. That's how you build a relationship with yourself. That's how you reconnect with the part of you that's been drowned out by doubt. 3 days of honest questions can do more than 3 years of fake confidence. Have you ever talked to yourself in moments of panic? You know what I mean. Those raw, breathless moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. Your car breaks down. A loved one gets sick. You get the rejection email. What do you say to yourself in those moments? Because that's the voice you'll believe. If you say, this is the end, your body believes it. But if you say, I've survived worse, I will breathe through this, something changes. That's real power. Not the power to avoid chaos, but the power to coach yourself through it. That voice is built in calm, in the quiet. So for 3 days, prepare it, strengthen it. So when the storm comes, and it will, you're ready. You won't break, you'll speak. And that changes everything. You know what's wild? We talk to ourselves more than anyone else ever will. All day, every day. Thoughts, opinions, judgments, fears, a constant stream. But here's the question. Is that stream healing you or harming you? You don't need to stop the voice. You need to train it, shape it, guide it, make it serve you. Because a wild voice will wreck your peace, but a wise voice, it will carry you through anything. For 3 days, don't just talk. Train. Practice, get deliberate, set your tone, choose your words, decide your story. You're not powerless in your own head. You're the king or queen of that castle. Take the throne, speak like you own it, because you do. Always have, always will. Let me tell you what's really happening when you talk to yourself with intention. You're waking up, you're coming back to life. You're remembering the strength that's been buried under years of shame, fear, and distraction. You're reclaiming your soul. This isn't about trends. This is about truth. It's not about sounding good, it's about becoming whole. For 3 days, you will remember who you were before the world told you who to be. You'll cry, you'll laugh, you'll feel everything. And that's the point, because numbness is not peace. Real peace comes when your mind and your heart are on the same team again. That's what self-talk does, it unites you. So talk out loud with fire, with tears, with truth. This is your homecoming. Let's pause for a sec. Do you realize how powerful it is to simply say, I'm proud of you, to yourself? Not wait for someone else to notice, not beg for applause. Just say it out loud and mean it. I'm proud of how far you've come. I see your effort. I know it's been hard. That one moment, that's medicine. And most people are starving for it, starving to hear what they never received. But here's the twist. You can give it to yourself. For 3 days, feed your spirit. Not with fake hype, but with genuine recognition. Look yourself in the eyes and acknowledge the pain you've walked through. The lessons you've learned, the growth you've earned. You didn't come this far to be ignored, especially by yourself. So honor it, say it, let it echo. You know it's exhausting. Living your whole life trying to be someone else's version of good enough. You perform, you shrink, you hide your voice, your rage, your dreams, just to belong. But belonging isn't real if it costs your authenticity. You don't belong where your truth is too loud for their comfort. And here's where self-talk becomes your lifeline. For 3 days, you stop looking for external validation and start validating yourself. You say, this is me. I'm not broken. I'm not too much. I'm exactly who I'm meant to be, and I'm still becoming. The world will always try to put you in a box. But when you talk to yourself with power, you stop fitting into boxes. You build your own damn house, and you walk in free. Let me tell you what happens when you don't talk to yourself. The world fills the silence. And guess what the world whispers? You're not enough. You're falling behind. You should be prettier, richer, stronger. That noise becomes your truth if you don't fight back. And fighting back doesn't mean arguing with strangers online. It means going inward into the mirror, into the stillness, and saying, I choose truth over trends. I choose self-respect over self-doubt. I choose me. That's your power. That's your rebellion. For 3 days, let the loudest voice in your life be your own. Not the algorithm, not the comparison. You, fully awake, fully aware, fully aligned with the one voice that can't lie to you. Yours. People don't change from outside pressure. They change from inner permission. You have to give yourself permission to evolve, to let go, to grow. And that permission, it comes from your mouth. You say, I allow myself to heal. I allow myself to dream again. I allow myself to fail and try again. These aren't just sentences, they're keys. And for 3 days you hold them, speak them, try them. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart doubts, because repetition is what turns fear into faith. Every time you say it, the resistance gets weaker. The truth gets louder. The truth gets louder. The permission gets clearer. You don't need anyone else to approve of your growth. Just you. Give yourself that gift. Say the words. Let them open doors. Do you talk to yourself before you make big decisions? Most people don't. They text a friend, call a parent, ask a mentor. But what about you? Don't you trust your own wisdom? You've survived pain. You've walked through fire. You've learned from every fall. Yet you still ignore your own voice when it matters most. That ends now. For the next 3 days, before you seek anyone else's advice, sit down and talk to you. What do I really want? What's my gut saying? Am I choosing this out of fear or love? Ask, listen, respect the answer. Because no matter how smart someone else is, they don't live in your skin. You do. Trust that. Speak that. Honor that. Here's a truth most people avoid. Your inner voice becomes your outer reality. If you constantly speak chaos, you'll live in chaos. If you repeat shame, you'll walk in shame. But if you speak peace, if you declare worth, strength, clarity, your world bends to meet it. Your voice is not just communication, it's creation. That's why for 3 days you must guard it like gold. No more careless self-hate, no more passive doubt. Talk to yourself like your future depends on it, because it does. Every word is a seed, every sentence a blueprint. You want a life of meaning? Build it with words of purpose. You want peace? Speak peace. Speak it until your nervous system believes you. Until your life reflects it. You might think you need more time, more money, more connections, but what you really need is more belief, and belief begins with speech. You can't manifest strength while speaking weakness. You can't create abundance while speaking lack. Your words must match your desires. So for 3 days, speak the language of where you're going, not where you've been. Don't say I'm stuck, say I'm evolving. Don't say I'm broke, say I'm building. Don't say I'm lost, say I'm discovering. It's not delusion, it's direction. Speak like you're headed somewhere, and soon enough, you will be. That's not hope, that's alignment. You are the narrator of your future. Speak it into being. Let's get real. Talking to yourself will feel weird. People might laugh. You might even laugh at yourself. But do it anyway, because freedom often begins in discomfort. We've normalized self-hate and made self-love feel strange. Flip the script? Let them think you're crazy. While you heal in plain sight, you don't need an audience. You need intention. So talk to yourself in the car, in the shower, on a walk, out loud, like your voice matters. Because it does. This isn't about being cool, it's about being whole. And sometimes wholeness looks wild. So be wild, be weird, be the person who chooses self-respect over self-destruction. That's real rebellion. That's power. Here's something sacred. When you talk to yourself kindly, your inner child hears it, that little version of you. Still inside, still watching, still hoping someone will say, you're enough, you're safe, I've got you now. So say it to them, say it to you. You did your best. You didn't deserve that. You're allowed to rest now. These aren't just words, they're healing spells. 3 days of this, and you'll feel it. The softening, the melting, the return. It won't be perfect, but it'll be real. And real is what heals. Real is what frees. So don't be afraid to feel. Let the words crack you open. Let them hold you. Let them guide you home. And finally, do not quit this early. Do not talk to yourself once and expect your whole life to shift. This is not a quick fix. This is a soul practice. Think of it like a language. You've been fluent in fear and doubt for years. Now you're learning the language of power, truth, and grace. It will take time. But every day you speak it, it gets easier, clearer, stronger. So don't stop after one morning. Don't stop when it gets hard. Keep going, keep speaking, keep believing. For 3 days, give yourself everything you've never given. And watch what begins. It's not magic, it's not luck. It's the power of your own voice. Finally free, finally heard, finally leading. Imagine this, you wake up tomorrow and instead of grabbing your phone, you grab your voice. You sit up, breathe deep, and say out loud, "Today I choose clarity. I choose strength. I choose strength. I choose peace." Simple, right? But powerful, because now your mind has a blueprint for the day. It's not scrambling for direction, it's following your lead. That's what self-talk does. It sets the emotional temperature before the world even touches you. So do it. Before the noise, before the chaos, before the doubt, speak. Clear, brave. Don't wait to see how the day goes. Decide, declare. Direct your day before your day directs you. This is your life, your moment. Your voice is the steering wheel. Grab it. There's a moment around day 2 when the resistance gets loud. You'll hear that inner voice whisper, "This is dumb. You're faking it. Nothing's changing." That's fear talking. That's the old programming trying to drag you back to comfort. But you're not going back, not this time. When that voice comes, meet it with fire. "Thank you for showing up, but I don't serve you anymore." And then, speak louder. Speak over it. "I am not my past. I am not my fear. I am not the voice that tells me to shrink." That moment, that exact battle, is your breakthrough. That's where the transformation begins, not when it's easy, but when it's hard and you do it anyway. That's the voice of change being born. You want to talk about emotional power? Let's talk about tone. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. You can whisper, "I'm strong," and it won't land. Or you can say it with breath, with certainty, with heart. "I am strong," and it moves something inside you. Self-talk is emotional alignment. It's not just repetition, it's conviction. So when you speak for these 3 days, bring your whole self. Not a weak echo, but a living declaration. Stand up, pace the room, speak like someone who's claiming their throne. Because you're not asking life to give you scraps. You're demanding your full portion. And that energy, that voice, that's what shifts reality. Don't say it like you're unsure. Say it like you own it. Let's flip it again. What do you say to yourself when things go right? When you win? When you show up with courage? Most people say nothing. They just rush to the next thing. But silence after success is self-abandonment. Celebrate yourself loudly. You did it. I'm proud of you. That was brave. Don't wait for someone else to say it. They might never. Be your own celebration. Be your own cheerleader. Self-talk is not just crisis management. It's self-recognition. And it matters just as much when you rise as when you fall. For these 3 days, don't just survive, thrive. Speak joy. Speak pride. Speak the win. That's how you build momentum. That's how you remind yourself, "I am worth celebrating." What if I told you the world reacts to the way you treat yourself? Not your resume, not your followers. Your energy, your standard, your self-talk. If you speak like you're unworthy, people will treat you like you. But when you walk in speaking life over yourself, something changes. People sense it. There's something about them, they say. And that something, that's you. Finally showing up as you. Not watered down, not edited, but bold, real, aligned. That begins with voice. So for these 3 days, set the tone. Speak with dignity. Speak with power. Speak like someone who's done hiding. Because the world won't give you what you deserve. It'll mirror what you believe. Believe loudly. Let's get deep. There's a part of you that's never been heard. Not by family. Not by friends, not even by you. It's the part that holds the truth you buried, the pain you hid, the dreams you silenced. That part, it's waiting for your voice to say, "I see you, I hear you, you matter." And when you finally speak to it, tears might come, rage might rise, memories may return. That's not weakness, that's liberation. That's the door unlocking. That's the inner prison falling. Don't run from it, lean in. For 3 days, give that part a voice. Say what you've never dared to say. "I was hurt. I needed love. I won't silence myself anymore." That's not drama. That's the beginning of wholeness. Here's what no one tells you: healing isn't always soft. Sometimes it's loud, messy, fierce. And self-talk? It's part of that fire. It's not all meditation and calm tones. Sometimes it's shouting, "I will not quit," through tears. Sometimes it's screaming enough when the pain repeats. Self-talk is not always pretty, but it's always powerful. Don't try to make it perfect. Make it real, make it yours, make it honest. Because in those raw, unscripted moments you meet your truest self, the one who refuses to stay broken, the one who claws their way back to light. For these 3 days, let that version of you speak, loud, proud, unapologetic. The world can handle your power, can you? Do this, write down 10 truths. Not affirmations you found online, truths that came from your... Maybe they sound like, "I am still worthy even when I mess up," or "I am not too damaged to be loved," or "I am allowed to take up space," then speak them. Over and over. Put them on your mirror, in your notes, in your voice memos. These are not cute phrases. These are anchors. When the storm hits, and it will, you grab them. You repeat them. You don't argue with your fear. You overrule it with truth. That's the discipline. That's the weapon. 3 days of this and you'll start to feel the shift. You'll feel your spine straighten, your voice steady, your heart open. This is how we return. And what if nothing happens in 3 days? What if you still feel stuck, scared, small? Then you keep going. Because these 3 days weren't about finishing, they were about starting. You planted the seed. Now keep watering it. Keep showing up, keep talking. Change doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it's quiet. But it's always moving when you commit. Don't let the absence of instant results fool you into quitting. This is sacred work, and it builds. One word at a time, one breath at a time. You are not behind, you are not broken. You are becoming. Say it again and again, until one day you won't need the reminder, you'll be the truth. So here we are, 3 days into something real, something raw, something revolutionary. You might have discovered pain you forgot. You might have found courage you didn't know you had. But more than anything, you found your voice, and that's everything. That's the beginning of all freedom. Don't stop here. This isn't a finish line. It's the door to everything you've ever wanted. Keep talking. Keep choosing yourself every single day, because the world doesn't need a quieter you. It needs a you who talks back to fear, who speaks life over shadows, who dares to say, "I'm still here, and I'm just getting started." Speak it, live it, be it. That's your next chapter to now. If you've made it this far, pause and realize something. Most people never even begin. They stay stuck in silence, paralyzed by doubt, hoping that maybe someone else will come along and speak life into them. But you made a different choice. You opened your mouth and created light. That matters. That changes things. You didn't need permission. You didn't wait for approval. You became your own spark. And let me tell you something radical. That's not temporary. That's permanent. Once you taste the power of your voice, once you realize the fire it carries, you can't go back. So don't. Never again shrink into silence. Never again whisper your truth. Speak it, even if your hands shake, even if your voice cracks. That's how you rise 3 days. That's all it takes to wake something ancient inside of you. Not something new, something you forgot. A deeper knowing, a fierce confidence. A voice that's been waiting for you to stop performing and start listening. And when you speak from that place, life changes. Doors open. People feel it. You walk into rooms differently. You stop negotiating your value. You stop explaining your worth. You speak, and everything aligns. But don't you dare let this end here. This is not a cute experiment. This is a new standard. You deserve to be spoken to with honor, especially by yourself. So keep doing it. Every morning, every night. Turn self-talk into a self-revolution. You are not here to be small. Read that again. You were not born to be passive, quiet, invisible. You were not meant to spend your life criticizing your body, doubting your ideas, or apologizing for your presence. That's the programming. That's the noise. That's the generational trauma passed down like a curse. But curses are broken by voices. And now, you have yours. So speak over yourself with the same energy you'd speak over someone you love. Loud, fierce, unshakable. For 3 days you learned how. Now make it who you are. You don't owe anyone the softer version of you. You owe you the full, wild, real version. Talk to yourself like your soul is listening. Because it is. Ever notice how you speak to others when they're hurting? It's okay. You're doing your best. Don't give up. Now compare that to how you talk to yourself in pain. Brutal, right? You're a failure. You're pathetic. Why can't you get it right? That has to stop. Today. You cannot become your best self while bullying your current self. No more cruelty disguised as motivation. No more shame masked as accountability. For these 3 days, you've practiced kindness. Now promise me this, because focus needs a voice. Vision needs words. Power needs a sound. Think of Serena Williams on the court, talking herself through the pressure. Or Kobe Bryant locking in before a free throw. They weren't waiting to feel ready. They spoke themselves into readiness. That's the blueprint. So no more waiting for courage. No more hoping confidence shows up. Create it with your mouth. Say it before you feel it. I am ready. I belong here. I was born for this. It might feel weird at first. Do it anyway. Speak with the energy of someone who refuses to play small. Talk to yourself like a legend in training. Let's get practical. Start each morning with 3 declarations. Not generic, not borrowed. Yours from your soul. I am healing. I am powerful. Today I choose peace. Then check in midday. How am I talking to myself right now? If it's toxic, shift it immediately. Don't let the old patterns run the show, then end the day with forgiveness. I didn't get it perfect today, but I showed up. And that matters. That's your rhythm. That's your ritual. Make it sacred. Make it consistent. Because self-talk is not a one-time thing. It's daily maintenance for your spirit. And just like brushing your teeth, skip it long enough and the rot starts. So speak up, speak daily, speak deeply. It's hygiene for the soul. Let's be clear. Talking to yourself isn't about being positive all the time. It's about being honest. You can say, I'm scared, but I'll try anyway. That's real power. You can admit, I feel lost today, but I'm still showing up. That's real courage. This isn't toxic positivity. This is radical self-loyalty. The kind where you don't abandon yourself in the storm. You don't fake strength. You speak through the mess, not around it. That's what builds resilience. That's what builds you. So no more fake smiles. No more I'm fine when you're breaking. Be honest with yourself. And then lift yourself up with truth. Real, raw, grounded, powerful. That's how you build unshakable confidence from the inside out. Think about this. You are the longest relationship you'll ever have. Not your partner, not your parents, you. You go to bed with your voice. You wake up with your voice. You carry it everywhere. So why not make it a good one? Why not turn it into your greatest ally, your fiercest protector, your loudest advocate? You've spent enough years being your own enemy, enough nights in silent self-hate. Let those days die here, right now, today. 3 days was just the warm-up. Now it's a lifestyle. You don't just talk to yourself, you lead yourself. With words, with love, with loyalty. And you don't stop ever. Because this is who you are now. A person who speaks life into everything they touch, starting with themselves. And if the world tells you it's weird, let it. If people laugh, let them. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to be loyal to yourself. People will misunderstand your power. They'll be uncomfortable with your confidence. Let them squirm, let them doubt, but never ever let their opinions become your new self-talk. That voice inside you, it's yours. Sacred, sovereign. Don't hand it away to judgment. Don't mute it for comfort. The only approval you need is your own. The only applause that matters is the sound of your own voice saying, I'm proud of me. So talk loud, talk real, talk bold. You're not crazy, you're committed. And commitment is the bridge to transformation. Last thing, if no one told you this before, hear it now. You are worthy of kindness. From others, yes, but most importantly from you. Talk to yourself the way you wish someone had. Speak to yourself like your future depends on it, because it does. This is not a practice for the weak. This is for warriors, for survivors, for dreamers who refuse to stay asleep, for souls that are ready to rise. 3 days, that's where it started. But now, this is who you are. A person who doesn't wait to be saved because they've learned to speak themselves into healing, into hope, into greatness. So say it one more time out loud wherever you are. I'm not done. I'm just getting started. And believe it, because it's true.